Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Cycle with Max. I'm Max McAllister, and today I wanted to introduce you and show you a new helmet I got that's just been released from Specialized Bicycle Components. It's the new Specialized Evade 2, which they have had for a little while, but this helmet has two of the latest, greatest safety features added to it, all integrated into one helmet. And that's MIPS and ANGi, and I'll explain both of those to you and kind of show you what's going on. The Evade is Specialized aero helmet, not their most aero helmet, but their most aero racing helmet for typical daily use. So they introduced this several years ago, and it was quite revolutionary in its shape and function in that it was extremely aerodynamic, and in their wind tunnel they were able to prove, only comparing it to their own products, that it was significantly faster than previous any model of professional racing helmet that they had available. So, all right, move on. And by the way, I have a little cold today, so I'm sorry if I'm sound under the weather. So anyway, that helmet was a big deal. You bought it, you put it on your head, you went faster. Can't get any easier than that. So when they introduced the Evade 2, it just cleaned that helmet up and made it a little bit smaller, a little bit neater, a little more, and just generally more compact and tight looking. Now, I just got these today and I'm stoked. They match my kit too, so I'm pretty happy about that. This is the new Specialized Evade 2, and it's equipped with ANGi crash detection and MIPS, which is a safety feature internally in the helmet. It's called multi-directional impact protection system. So when you unpack it, you get a nice protective bag to carry it. This is an S-Works level helmet, so it's a professional grade racing helmet. It's expensive, so you gotta put a price on your safety is kind of what it comes down to. So the helmet is super small and light and compact. Some of my favorite features before I get into the new safety features are, one thing about the Evade helmet is it's the closest thing feeling to like a motorcycle helmet that I've ever worn. Prior to this helmet, bicycle helmets just felt like bicycle helmets to me, just like I was putting a cheap piece of styrofoam junk on my head. This has the fit, feel, and finish of a good quality motorcycle helmet. One of the primary things it does is the chin straps this lay on the side of your face, as you can see, nice and smooth and flat. Some bicycle helmets, the darn straps hang out vertically from the side. They never feel like they're doing anything proper for your head. So this is, I've always liked that about the Evade. That's transferred onto the new Evade 2. Another feature and innovation that's now on these helmets, I guess there's going to be standard, is the magnetic buckle. And so as a mechanical guy, I was very skeptical when I heard about a magnetic buckle. This originated, there was two needs that this buckle filled. The first one was for triathletes. So people doing Ironman and type events where they're swimming in cold water, their fingers will be so cold that they can't actually work a buckle when they get out of the water and get their gear on to get on their bike and start their bike segment of a triathlon. Their fingers are so frozen they can't do little things with their fingertips. So with this, you just touch it and it just magically, you can just practically do it with one hand if you get it close enough. It's just the simplest thing in the world. And it is, extremely, it won't come apart. To get it apart, you slide it apart. The other place this is super great is for children. So kids have trouble working a buckle, so what do? They don't use the buckle. So now they ride around with a helmet like this, and what good is a helmet that's not buckled? You might as well not have it on. So anyway, that was the other bonus of this, so kind of cool. So it has the magnetic strap, and that's great. Now, this helmet is designed with what's called MIPS inside of it. MIPS is a company that was developed, some scientists designed safety features inside of this helmet that you can't see. And they've done this for many different market segments, you know, skiing and motorcycles and all kinds of stuff. And so the problem comes when you know, it's rare that you're going to fall straight out of the sky and directly on your head perfectly with a perfect vertical impact. It's just never likely to happen. It's possible, extremely unlikely. The odds are far more likely that when you come off your bike, you're going to drive into the ground at some sort of an angle. When your head hits the ground at an angle, it twists your skull, twists your neck, twists your spine. And that impact, you know, is, while the helmet's trying to absorb the impact, it's doing nothing to absorb the rotational forces that are being twisted into your spine and your neck. A MIPS helmet, in between the hard shell layer and the styrofoam layer, are pieces of plastic that allow those two surfaces to slip against each other internally. So, when you drive your head into the ground, it takes some of the initial force and the shell will twist while your head stays more steady and takes less of the twisting force, thereby significantly reducing your chance of spinal or cervical injury and also reducing the chance of, or reducing the effect of concussion. So, big safety advance. I think there were skeptics at first that, but at this point it's a very widely accepted technology, and now that you see Specialized is just including it on their top-of-the-line racing helmets, I think you can trust that it's safe and it's here to stay. And then the next cool thing that's come along, it's evolved from, I guess, a company that was first called IceDot, and I may not have all the lineage right, but Specialized, I think, got somehow involved with IceDot, and now they've created this device called ANGi, A-N-G-I, and I'm sorry, but I don't know the acronym for that. Maybe it's here on the box. I don't have glasses. Unfortunately, I can't see without glasses. Here we go. ANGi. No acronym. Anyway, so this is a sensor strapped to the back of the helmet. It's a multi-directional sensor, and basically this is going to know that you've been involved in a crash, and when it does, it's going to call somebody and tell them where you're at. Now, when it comes out of the box to set it up, you just pop open this little lid, and there's a protective cover on the battery. You put it back, you open your cell phone, you connect to the Specialized Ride app, create a simple account. They give you 1 year of use free with the helmet for the ANGi system. And what it does is, before you start riding, you just open the Specialized Ride app, just start a ride, or you shake the helmet first. And when you shake it, actually you can kind of see the light flashes green. It knows it's been moved, so the light will flash green. I don't know if it'll do it for you, but because I've already woke it up. Light flashes green. It's transmitting now. It pairs with your phone. You just hit start ride, and off you go. There's an option in there, so you create a list of emergency contacts. There's an option to notify them that you've started a ride. And then the other option is basically how long do you want to wait between a crash and before it sends an emergency message. I've dealt with this once or twice before, and a longer wait period is probably better. I think it's default at 15 seconds. You know, 15 seconds, if you fall and knock yourself or you've got the wind knocked out of you, that really doesn't give you any time to get to your phone or get to your feet or get to your senses and stop the alert. So if you shock this helmet, and I've already tried it, so I smacked my helmet really good and then shook it like I was tumbling. It set off the sensor. It's a very loud alarm. The phone's going brr, 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 brr. And then you just come up and touch the phone as long as you're okay, and it cancels it. And if not, you let it go, and it will transmit a message. So I let it transmit a message to my girlfriend, to her phone. She sent me what was there, and it says, your rider has been possibly involved in a crash, and it has a link. You click on the link, and it shows you the exact location where the ANGi sensor was when it went off. And it was so close to where I was standing. It was within 10 feet on Google Maps of where I was when I smacked my helmet. So very, very, very accurate. You would definitely be able to walk right up to the rider if they're in the woods or fell down in a ditch on the side of the road, who knows what. So couple new safety advances, kind of cool. Does come at a price. So normally Evade helmets are about $225 to $250. With the new device in it, it's $275 retail for the helmet. But once, you know, so for me, when I add up all the features, the comfort, it feels like a motorcycle helmet, the aerodynamic benefit of the helmet just making me faster as I coast down the road, the MIPS crash protection in case I happen to fall and land on my head, and then the ANGi notifier to let people know I've been injured. All that adds up to a helmet that I really want to put on my head for sure. In the old days, Bell Helmet used to have a saying that said, if you have a $10 head, wear a $10 helmet. And that's even more true nowadays, particularly it still rings true nowadays, but the advantage nowadays is with technology and a smartphone, we're able to really increase our level of safety even when we ride remotely, or ride alone. All right, so I'm Max. If you like this information, please share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.